Have you ever felt a deep, almost inexplicable ache resonating within you, a whisper that you're not alone on this journey? Many carry these pains from childhood, invisible to science, yet speaking directly to the soul. In this video, we'll explore 5 of these mysterious pains felt by the chosen ones, understanding they may be signs of a divine purpose, shaping us and revealing our true selves. These spiritual pains provoke questions about identity, belonging, and our role in the world. They manifest as feelings of disconnection and loneliness, as if out of place. But all these experiences have a purpose. As we reflect on these spiritual challenges, we may realize they mold us for something greater. If you've questioned your feelings and seek a deeper understanding of your spirituality, subscribe now. Don't walk this path alone. Let's decipher these mysteries and strengthen our faith and connection with the divine, discovering how these experiences enrich our lives. When we discuss spiritual pains, we delve into a dimension often invisible to science, yet deeply resonant within our being. For many, especially those who consider themselves chosen, these spiritual pains represent very real emotional experiences emerging from childhood and shaping a person's life trajectory. Children, in their purity and vulnerability, feel these pains intensely and authentically, often lacking the ability to fully express them. For them, this reality translates into challenges incomprehensible through logic or science, which tends to categorize and explain everything in concrete, measurable terms. There will always be an aspect of human experience that science cannot touch, a spiritual depth transcending reason. These pains are not merely emotional discomforts. They play an essential role in a human being's spiritual development. Each pain carries intrinsic meaning that, if understood, can lead to a journey of self-discovery and growth. For example, the pain of loneliness, common among chosen children, can be interpreted as a sign of a divine calling waiting to be understood. Spirituality often leads us to question our place in the world, our connection with others, and with the Creator. For chosen children, these spiritual pains eventually reveal profound truths about life, about who they truly are, and about God's purpose for each of them. In a society that often minimizes subjective and emotional experiences, these children may feel isolated and misunderstood. Their feelings might be dismissed or ignored, exacerbating this sense of disconnection. However, it's crucial to acknowledge that even if science doesn't have all the answers to these experiences, spirituality offers a path of understanding and hope. Each pain is an opportunity for growth, an invitation to deepen our faith and trust that even in suffering, a greater purpose is at work. This broader view of spiritual pain encourages children to seek their own truth and develop a deeper connection with the divine. A significant aspect many chosen individuals face is the pain of disconnection. This feeling of not belonging can be devastating in childhood, where the need for social acceptance is natural. Imagine a child in a school setting surrounded by peers, yet feeling an invisible barrier separating them from others. This feeling can manifest in various ways: an inexplicable longing for something they can't identify, or a deep anxiety seemingly arising from nowhere. These experiences often leave them feeling lost, questioning why they don't fit in, or why they don't share the same emotional experiences as others. This disconnection can become ingrained in a personal narrative carried throughout life, affecting relationships and how they see themselves in the world. However, this pain of not belonging may reflect a divine calling, a transformation that goes beyond momentary suffering. We might ask, what does this truly mean? What if this feeling of disconnection is precisely what we need to awaken spiritual awareness? By confronting this experience, we can begin to see pain not as an obstacle, but as an opportunity to question and seek deeper truth about life and ourselves. When children feel disconnected, it can act as an impetus for them to seek God and deepen their spirituality, developing a unique relationship with the sacred that they might not have otherwise experienced. The beauty of this pain lies in its potential to shape empathy and compassion in children. Connection with others becomes more relevant, and they become more aware of the pain and struggles of others. This type of experience not only allows them to develop a deeper understanding of the challenges of others, but also makes them more sensitive and altruistic. This empathy, cultivated through understanding their own pain, transforms into a strong sense of belonging to humanity and divinity. The pain of disconnection, though painful, can be a powerful catalyst for self-knowledge. As children grapple with these feelings, the opportunity emerges to better understand their place in the world and their role in the lives of others. As faith communities, we need to be attentive to this process. It's crucial that these children feel their experiences are valid and their voices are heard. By acknowledging their pain, we create a welcoming space that not only validates their emotions, but also encourages them to explore their spirituality more deeply. If you resonate with this journey of disconnection and spiritual pain, know that a path of healing and growth lies ahead. Recognizing and accepting that your experiences are part of a divine plan are fundamental steps toward healing. By experiencing the pain and seeking its meaning, you can begin to build bridges between your heart and your purpose. When we view this reality with faith, we learn that pain is an integral part of the spiritual journey and serves as a means to draw closer to God and our true selves. Understanding the spiritual pains faced by chosen children is to understand an aspect of the human experience that is both profoundly personal and universal. These experiences are not mere difficulties, but opportunities for growth and transformation. By facing these pains with open minds and hearts, we create not only space for our own healing, but become healing agents for those around us. This journey invites us to face pain with faith and hope, allowing it to become a testament to resilience and strength in the lives of those who experience it. When we discuss heightened sensitivity in chosen children, we encounter a profound and complex reality. These children often experience emotions more intensely than average, perceiving the world around them in a rich and nuanced way. This ability can be both a blessing and a burden, easily admired but difficult to bear. Their capacity for feeling surpasses what many can comprehend, making them emotional sponges that absorb not only their own experiences, but also the pain and joy of everyone around them. This heightened perception causes an internal struggle where the line between their emotions and the emotions of others can blur, making them vulnerable to the suffering of others. Imagine a classroom full of children. One child might feel the contagious joy of their classmates, while simultaneously grappling with the sadness of a close friend. This emotional overload often results in extreme exhaustion that cannot be explained solely by physical activity. The essence of these children is characterized by a sensitivity that ultimately reflects a deeper connection to the spiritual world. Romans 12:15 teaches us to rejoice with those who rejoice and weep with those who weep, an understanding that can deeply resonate in the lives of these children. They become intuitive, sensing every emotion around them, leading them on an enriching but challenging spiritual journey. This emotional intensity also raises the question of how this sensitivity shapes these children's spiritual perception. The experience of an intensified emotional life can serve as a conduit to a deeper understanding of their souls and the souls of others. Sensitivity is not a weakness. It is a gift that prepares them to perceive the divine in every aspect of daily life. Often, this profound sensitivity leads them to seek meaning and connection, not only with people but also with God. They find themselves searching for a greater meaning in their emotions, using pain as a bridge to spirituality. In processing these emotions, they become able to develop a deeper relationship with faith, finding solace in God's promises and being guided by His loving presence. Thus, this intense emotional journey can strengthen not only their faith, but also their ability to connect with others, forging bonds that transform their experiences and pains into catalysts for healing and empathy. Now, let's address the third pain, the emotional burdens these children often carry. Many of these burdens result from the expectations and prayers placed upon them by family, friends, or the wider community. Children viewed as chosen may carry the weight of expectations suggesting they have a special mission or purpose in this world. This pressure can manifest in various ways, from feeling the need to be perfect in everything they do to perceiving their failures as unacceptable. These external demands, coupled with an internal desire to please, often create devastating emotional friction. Imagine a child who feels the weight of expectations to behave in a certain way to avoid disappointing their parents or faith community. This pressure can make any mistake and every small failure unbearable, leading to feelings of inadequacy and anxiety. If expectations are not met, the child may feel they are failing not only in life, but also in the divine purpose they believe they carry. Often, children cannot verbalize this emotional burden or understand where it comes from. leaving them confused and alone in their struggle, absorbing emotions without knowing how to cope with them. Furthermore, prayers offered on their behalf, though generally well-intentioned, can intensify this sense of burden. In their innocence, children may begin to feel directly responsible for the happiness or sadness of others, a burden too heavy to bear. In practicing our faith, we pray for clarity and strength, but these prayers can create an expectation in the child's mind that they must live up to everything expected of them. In this context, it is crucial to guide them to view prayer as communication with God, not as a weight but as a means of freedom and growth. Recognizing the intensity of these emotional pains is fundamental to helping children overcome these burdens. It is vital that they learn they do not need to carry the weight of the world on their shoulders. Establishing a safe space where they can express their feelings without fear of judgment is essential. The adults in their lives must assure these children that there will always be room for imperfection, and that true acceptance comes from a loving God who values authenticity over perfection. Furthermore, practical experiences, such as outdoor playtime or engaging in creative activities, can help alleviate some of this tension. This allows them to reconnect with their inner selves, find joy in the small things, and realize that being chosen means sharing love and light with the world, rather than carrying a burden. When discussing the heightened sensitivity and emotional burdens these children face, it's crucial to remember that each challenge can be transformed into a testament to strength and growth. These experiences shape their identity formation and can become powerful tools of empathy and connection throughout their lives. The path of these children may be fraught with difficulties, but it is also illuminated by a brightly shining light for those sensitive to the divine call. Every pain, every burden, is an opportunity to learn to embrace the complexity of emotions and, as a community, support these young ones on their journeys, allowing them to move through their pain toward a place of hope, understanding, and renewed faith. By acknowledging and embracing their emotions, we contribute to their flourishing into their fullest potential and becoming the people God intends them to be. As we delve into the fourth pain many chosen ones feel, we are confronted with the difficulties related to acceptance. From childhood, these children often face experiences of rejection that can be profoundly painful and impactful. These feelings of rejection can manifest in various ways, whether through peer criticism, feeling misunderstood by adults, or even social expectations that always seem out of reach. For these children, each negative experience can feel like an unhealing wound, becoming a constant echo in their lives. The pain of spiritual rejection is particularly complex. It can arise in environments where faith is a significant part of the family's identity. A child may feel they don't fit in with the same beliefs or practices as others, leading to an internal dilemma about their own spirituality. The Bible mentions in Matthew 5:11-12, "Blessed are you when people insult you, persecute you, and falsely say all kinds of evil against you because of me. Rejoice and be glad, because great is your reward in heaven." This verse speaks to the rejection that comes with following a divine calling, something these children may feel intensely. Knowing that the pain of rejection may be linked to a greater calling can help make sense of these experiences, allowing them to realize that rejection doesn't define who they are, but rather how they are shaped by a higher purpose. Children who feel this way often need consistent emotional support, space to explore their feelings, and the courage to assert themselves. Becoming accepted and loved, regardless of circumstances, is an essential path to healing. Honest communication with trusted adults is vital. Sharing their experiences of rejection can create a support network that helps build a stronger, more resilient identity. This can include family, friends, and spiritual mentors who are willing to listen and embrace these pains. We need to remember that rejection may be a part of life, but it doesn't define its entirety. Acceptance, at its core, should come from unconditional love, like the love God offers us. Now turning our attention to the fifth pain, the weight of divine expectations. For many who see themselves as chosen, the awareness of special responsibilities can be heavy, creating stress and pressure. From childhood, these children may feel they have a mission to fulfill, a standard to reach, and this can be overwhelming. They frequently question whether they are living up to the expectations placed upon them, which can lead to constant internal battles and doubts about their worth and purpose. In the pursuit of these expectations, there may be a struggle for recognition and approval, not only from parental figures, but also from God and the community around them. Feelings of inadequacy can easily creep in, especially when comparisons are made, leading to a cycle of self-criticism and self-deprecation. The burden of these expectations can range from the desire to accomplish great feats, such as serving God in an extraordinary way, to behaving exemplarily in social settings. This struggle may feel solitary, but it's important to remember that many face these same questions. Each is called in a unique way, and what God expects may not be a path of perfection, but a path of sincerity and love. This weight can affect the child's mental health and self-esteem, making them feel overwhelmed and, in many cases, incapable of fulfilling the idea of what it means to be chosen. The stress and pressure of living in pursuit of a divine purpose can lead to feelings of anxiety, depression, and even the feeling that they will never be good enough. This highlights the importance of helping these children realize that purpose is not a burden to be carried, but a blessing to be discovered. A vital way to cope with this weight of expectations is through the practice of prayer and meditation. These practices offer an opportunity for children to connect with God and feel His unconditional love and support. Moments of reflection allow them to reconnect with themselves and find a space of calm and security amidst the emotional chaos they may experience. This is where the role of mentors, spiritual leaders, and family members comes in, guiding them to understand that God doesn't expect perfection, but rather a sincere heart seeking truth and love. Faith communities play a vital role in supporting these children, offering a safe space to explore their doubts and fears, knowing they are not alone in their journey. By fostering a culture of acceptance, understanding, and support, we help alleviate the stress these children feel when facing expectations, teaching them the importance of authenticity and understanding that purpose can be a journey of discovery is crucial for their growth. As we discuss these pains, it's essential to understand that each one plays a role in strengthening faith and shaping spiritual identity. Understanding and confronting these painful experiences allows these children to grow in empathy and understanding, not only for themselves but also for those around them. This journey is about learning to build a life of faith and purpose, not being defined by the pain, but using it as a tool for growth and light in their lives. When discussing the signs accompanying the spiritual pains faced by these children, it's crucial to understand that these experiences are far more than mere coincidences or isolated occurrences. They manifest in diverse ways: physical, emotional, and spiritual, creating a complex picture that deserves our attention. Often, physical symptoms like unexplained fatigue, frequent headaches, or even gastrointestinal problems can arise as reactions to emotional and spiritual stress. For these children, the intertwining of body and mind is a palpable reality. What occurs in one emotional domain can reflect in the other, leading to a range of physical manifestations that need to be recognized and addressed. Furthermore, the emotional signs that frequently appear cannot be ignored. Children who feel this way may display mood swings, inexplicable sadness, or overwhelming anxiety. Difficulty concentrating, social isolation, and irritability are common manifestations that reveal intense inner struggles. These signs are crucial because they translate the silent battle these children face daily. Emotional sensitivity increases, so every small disturbance resonates intensely within their souls, becoming a potentially devastating wave of feelings. Therefore, it's vital for those around them to be attentive to these signs, ready to offer support and understanding during times of crisis. Sometimes, simply validating these children's feelings can create a safe environment where they feel seen and heard, allowing them to express themselves freely without fear of judgment. A critical component in identifying these signs is building a faith that offers structure and meaning. As adults, it's imperative to shape an environment where spirituality is approached practically and empathetically. By understanding that emotional pain can manifest in physical symptoms, we help our community offer the care these children truly need. The profound truth expressed in Psalm 34:18 reminds us that the Lord is close to the brokenhearted, suggesting that in times of pain and confusion, the connection with the divine becomes even more intense and relevant. Now let's focus on overcoming these pains. It's fundamental that, while navigating emotional and spiritual experiences, children have access to strategies that alleviate the pressure they feel. The practice of prayer is one such powerful strategy. Prayer is far more than a simple request for help. It represents an opportunity for communication with God. Through prayer, children can express their concerns, anxieties, and joys. Opening up in prayer allows them to feel God's loving presence in their lives. This connection can generate a renewed sense of purpose, helping them understand that their pains are not in vain and that the divine love surrounding them extends far beyond what they can perceive. Another effective method that can be introduced is meditation and reflection. These practices have the potential to center the mind and release accumulated tension. Creating a tranquil space where children can sit in silence, breathe deeply, and connect with their emotions is fundamental. For example, teaching them to focus on their breath while visualizing each breath as a wave that comes and goes leads to significant stress reduction and promotes a state of inner calm. Dedicating time to reflection, questioning their experiences, emotions, and what God may be trying to teach them, can provide greater self-awareness and a clearer understanding of their purpose in this life. Don't underestimate the importance of community and spiritual support. For children experiencing profound loneliness and pain, having a support network is absolutely crucial. This network can include family members, friends, teachers, or spiritual leaders who are willing to listen and support. Youth group meetings at churches, for example, can offer a safe space to share experiences, build friendships, and foster a community of understanding and acceptance. In these gatherings, children can realize that their experiences are not isolated, that others face similar challenges, and this can help strengthen their faith and connection with others. Balancing the overcoming and validation of the pains faced, it becomes essential to identify the physical and emotional signs these children exhibit. Often, these manifestations can be the key to an open conversation about what's truly happening in their lives. We must not neglect the practice of dialogue, where feelings can be discussed without taboos and prejudices. Addressing the pain experienced by the chosen children is central to their spiritual journey. By supporting them with transformative approaches like prayer, meditation, and community support, we create a nurturing environment that allows them to grow and heal. Each pain they face should not be seen as a weakness, but as an opportunity for spiritual growth and an invitation to connection. Our community must be attentive to these pains, offering helping hands, listening ears, and compassionate hearts. In fostering this supportive space, we help these children become who God created them to be, individuals filled with faith, hope, and love, ready to make a difference in the world around them. Reflecting on inspiring stories of overcoming adversity leads us to consider the strength and resilience many chosen young people demonstrate on their spiritual journeys. These narratives are not merely testimonies, they are lived experiences that teach us about the human spirit's ability to find light, even in the darkest moments. One such story is that of Anna, a teenager who faced years of emotional isolation and rejection. From a young age, Anna recognized her heightened sensitivity, and in an environment that often invalidated her, she felt alone and disconnected. Her inner struggle manifested as anxiety and deep sadness, reflecting a constant battle between fitting in and being true to herself. Amidst this pain, Anna found solace in prayer and meditation, discovering that these practices helped her connect with a higher power. These experiences of reflection and spiritual seeking transformed her loneliness into a creative space, where she could express her inner self through art. By writing poetry and participating in youth groups at church, Anna began to share her struggles and vulnerabilities. This vulnerability earned her a new network of genuine friendships, and she soon became an advocate for empathy at her school, ready to listen to others who also felt marginalized. Anna's journey is a powerful testament to how emotional pain can be transformed into strength and leadership. Through her experience of healing, Anna not only found her voice but also became a light for others. When new challenges arise, she looks back on her journey and remembers that even in moments of struggle, it is possible to build a legacy of love and support. The tears that once seemed a sign of weakness became marks of resilience, each one a reminder of what she overcame. Hannah's story teaches us that the ability to transform pain into action is a powerful skill that connects us to others on a human and spiritual level. Another significant narrative is that of Daniel, who carried the weight of divine expectations from childhood. Recognized by his community as the chosen one, Daniel felt he had to meet high standards, often suffocating under the pressure. This internal struggle led to feelings of inadequacy and constant anxiety that accompanied him even in the simplest situations. One day, in a moment of deep reflection, Daniel turned to prayer to seek answers. In this sacred space, he realized that being chosen was not a burden but an opportunity to explore who he was as an individual. Over time, Daniel joined a support group at his church, where he began to share his journey with others who were also struggling. The exchange of stories and experiences proved healing, allowing him not only to accept himself, but also to become a source of encouragement for others. These interactions showed Daniel that his pain could be transformed into a testimony of strength and acceptance. He learned that each struggle, however difficult, is an essential piece of life's puzzle. Through his transformation, Daniel became an ambassador of faith who cared not only for himself, but also for those around him, igniting sparks of hope in the souls of those who felt lost. These stories are not simply accounts of suffering. They reinforce the idea that pain plays a crucial role in our spiritual growth. They showcase how challenges and difficult experiences can be the foundations upon which we build our lives and our communities. When we view suffering and struggle differently, as opportunities for growth and connection, we can become a source of light for others. Thus, we arrive at one of the most crucial points: the connection between pain, growth, and purpose. Each of us carries within ourselves stories that, when viewed in a new light, transform into powerful testimonies. What often seems unbearable can, from the perspective of faith, reveal a path of learning and transformation. As Romans 8:28 expresses, we know that all things work together for good for those who love God. This affirmation reminds us that the moments of pain we experience are not wasted. They are woven into the fabric of our testimonies. The pain the children face can therefore create a foundation, allowing not only spiritual growth but also the ability to illuminate the world around them. How these experiences intertwine with the divine calling in their lives is a realization that suffering can be transformed into love, compassion, and service to others. With each emotional scar we carry, we accumulate wisdom and empathy, empowering us to help those navigating similar paths. In a world that often feels dark and uncertain, these stories not only encourage us, but also teach us that confronting our pain is an invitation to growth. Each wound is a reminder that we are all human beings seeking love and acceptance, and that by allowing ourselves to go through it, we become instruments of divine grace. By embracing our pain and stories, we can become ambassadors of love and hope, helping not only ourselves but also illuminating the path for those around us. To you who are listening, whether it's the pain you or someone you love is facing, know that there is always a greater purpose at work. Every challenge is an opportunity not only to rise again, but to forge deeper connections with God and become an agent of change that brings healing and hope to others. Thus, we continue our journey of growing through pain, allowing these experiences to prepare us for God's purpose for each of us. As we conclude our journey through the 5 mysterious pains that many chosen ones face from childhood, it's crucial to acknowledge the strength these experiences provide. Each pain, each struggle, carries a divine purpose that shapes and prepares us for a future where our lives serve as testimonies of faith and hope. Remember that we are not alone on this journey. God is present in every moment, offering love and guidance. The difficulties of disconnection, the intensity of emotions, the weight of expectations, experiences of rejection, and the awareness of our role as chosen ones are not mere obstacles. They represent opportunities for growth and transformation. Every challenge we face teaches us about resilience, empathy, and the beauty of the spiritual journey. By overcoming these pains, we not only find healing for ourselves, but also become agents of light for others. Therefore, embrace your stories, share your experiences, and allow your struggles to transform into sources of strength and inspiration. May your faith, nourished by these challenges, illuminate the path of those who also seek understanding and love amidst pain.